Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Wednesday, May the 9th, 2012. Right. Let's kick it off with your Billboard number ones. Starting with your new number one album, Carrie Underwood with her album Blown Away, making it her third straight number one album on the Billboard Hot 100. Of course, her first album, Some Hearts, did not get number one album because her album came out the same week as an album by some lady you might have heard of called Madonna. Her second album, Carnival Wide, began the first of the three number one albums. Then after that, it was, of course, her last album, Play On. And now, Blown Away, your new number one album. Sorry. 200,000. Beating a lot of competition, including B.O.B. and Noah Jones. But also making a big impact on the top 200 this week. The Beastie Boys, following the death of Adam Yauch, aka MC, over the last weekend. Well, as any celebrity death, including one I'll mention in a moment, every time somebody dies recently, their albums and singles go up the charts. License to Ill landed back in the top 20 of the Billboard Top 200 this week. Meanwhile, when it comes to Hot 100, Women, well, still number one single for the fourth or fifth week in a row. Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier. Can anybody kick that bad boy off? Not even Usher. Anyway, he's also number one on alternative and adult as well. So it's like he's taking over the entire Billboard charts, not just pop, but every genre he's number one now. Gautier. But not country. We have a new country number one as Banjo gets kicked off by Mrs. Blake Shelton herself. Miranda Lambert with Over You, making her first number one from the album For the Record, and her first number one single since Heart Like Mine. It's been like 2 years, but a year or so since the last number one. So congrats to Miranda, at least she and Blake has had number one singles within the last month. So congrats to all your new number ones, and still number one, Gautier. I mentioned, of course, Beastie Boys losing Adam Yauch over the weekend. And like I mentioned, every time there's a celebrity dying, their album sales go up. Same for what happened to Whitney Houston. There's been a lot of Whitney Houston tributes in the last couple months. Glee paid tribute to him. I'll get to this week's Glee in a few moments. But now Whitney Houston's going to be paid tributed by VH1. Officially, VH1 announced that this December, for their 2012 edition of their Divas show, which Whitney was a part of in 1999, 2002, and 2003, Whitney Houston will be tributed on Divas this year. Coming this December, Ricky Minor, her longtime musical director, confirmed to be an executive producer. There are no artists to be confirmed yet. We don't know who's doing. We'll probably find out who's doing Divas 2012, a tribute to Whitney Houston. That's not the official name, but I'm guessing that will be kind of like the name of it. They don't know who's doing it yet. We'll find out probably in the next couple months. But the president of VH1 said, we all felt that if any show could pay tribute to Whitney Houston's music, it would be Divas. December felt like enough time where it would be sad. It wouldn't be sad anymore. You want to celebrate the music. I think 10 months after it would be fine because everyone's not going to be sad about it. Be more reflective on it. So there you go. Divas 2012 tribute to Whitney Houston, December VH1. Right. On with some other music news. Yesterday you got some news on the new Flo Rida album. Love 'em or hate 'em for sampling many hits. What he ripped off Dead or Alive, so there you go. And also ripped off Blue. But he's indeed one of the most hated and most popular rappers. He's not the best rapper, I know that. He's probably one of the worst overall Flo rappers, but when it comes to putting out good pop songs, especially all his poppy singles as of late, he's been killing it for the last couple months with, of course, the hit single Good Feeling, and of course his new single his recent single, which is now the name of his new album, Wild Ones. It was supposed to be Only One Floor Part 2, but now it's going to be Wild Ones, coming out on July the 3rd, because Wild Ones is the current single, although there's a brand new single, Whistle, which just came out a couple weeks ago, so there you go. Flo had a new album coming out in July. Now, on with the rest of the news of the day, starting with a lot of WWE updates. As we all know, this past Monday, Paul Heyman made a return on Monday Night Raw as the agent once again for Mr. Brock Lesnar. Now, they're saying that Paul Heyman will be in WWE at least till SummerSlam as Brock Lesnar's agent. So great to see Paul Heyman back. I kind of marked out big time when Paul Heyman returned to WWE on Monday. I'm happy to see him back. And hope to see him. That's what I'm saying. He'll be back at least till August. Because Lesnar's quit WWE storyline wise, he'll be back. But he won't be facing Orton. The Orton-Lesnar match has been canceled. But he's supposed to be facing up against Triple H. Coming off their little feud they built up about a week ago when Lesnar broke Triple H's arm. So guessing Lesnar, Triple H at SummerSlam. Like I said, meanwhile, Paul Heyman is working on the deal that he'll be at least in a company till August. He'll be a main part of Lesnar's storyline in making semi-regular appearances for WWE going forward. Heyman can be used on TV to represent Lesnar while he's being kept away. To having a limited number of dates. Chance to do something new. That's what they're saying. That's the reason why Paul Heyman came back to the company. So glad to see Lesnar back. But specifically glad to see Paul Heyman back. Alright. More news on WWE today. Apparently they got a new video, like a viral video campaign of a revolution. I've seen like a video, like a mini slideshow saying a revolution is coming. They don't know specifically what it's for, if it's a new campaign for a new guy, or if it's for the WWE Network. Who knows what this new viral campaign or revolution is coming. What's that all about? So, let's see, maybe a DX reunion. No. Who knows, but we'll probably see a lot of this revolutions coming on WWE programming in the next couple of weeks. We'll probably find out what that's all about. Probably the news of it will probably leak like it always does. Every time WWE puts on a campaign, whoever it's for gets leaked out. So probably find out when that leaks soon. But this whole viral campaign. Now on with the TV news, starting with Dancing with the Stars. The bad news and the good news coming from the elimination. Before I get to that, a lot of 29s on Monday's show. Len Goodman, you blind or what? Maria's dance was awesome, man. I love Maria's dance. The first dance, or solo dance, I love that dance. We also had another 30. William Levy finally got a 30. When we got the Maria got it. So there you go. William is one of the best dancers. I'm glad that he's doing decently here. Buckles made a double elimination on last night's dancing results. Good news and the bad news. The bad news is Rashawn Finnegan's out. You know, he's been in the bottom two. You know, he's been a dance duo before, and he's been I was kind of fearing because I was thinking about one person going out, so I was like, if they eliminate another, it'd be tough, but it had to be Rashawn. Because the other four people that deserve to be in it have bigger fan bases. And the good news is, find a fucking Glee, na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey Melissa, goodbye. Finally, Melissa Gilbert went bye-bye last night. Finally, Melissa's out. She should have been gone a long time ago, but at least the finals won't be fucked up. The people who are in the semis deserve to be in the semis, but kind of screwy bullshit, but not that big. Not like, ooh, big bullshit, like kind of small bullshit, but I'm glad Melissa's out, so that means Donald Driver, Maria Menounos, Catherine Jenkins, and William Levy are in the semis. Who Wants It More? We'll find out on Monday on Dancing at 8 on ABC. Get another ABC show in a moment. But now on with last night's Glee. It was the Gold Glee's senior prom last night, taking place on the show, and it was an okay episode. Once again, dramatic in the beginning with Rachel still kind of peeved after what happened with her blowing her Diana audition. She was kind of semi-depressed the entire episode. Wanted to have her own anti-prom. End up having a happy ending with Becky, the special needs girl who's been like the assistant for Coach Sylvester, having her own little anti-prom king and queen moment with Puck, who also bailed on prom, but he came anyway. Same with Kurt and Blaine. Blaine, of course, had no hail gel. We have no hail gel because of Whitney's the man no hail gel at the prom, being dinosaur theme. And Finn and Rachel were the prom king and queen. And Quinn, who kind of the votes, Wyden votes again, she actually walked this episode off a wheelchair. So that's kind of interesting. It was an okay episode of Glee, kind of dramatic, kind of a cliche, kind of a weird prom thing, same as usual prom, but not as dramatic as last year's prom, but kind of almost the same. Did some okay, decent songs in there, including One Direction. But next week's Glee is going to be a special 2-hour edition. Apparently next week's episode, which is 2 hours like I mentioned, Tina Chang bumps her head, and it's a parallel universe, as everybody in Glee switch poles. For example, in this parallel universe, and photos were released today, Tina Chang dreams that she's Rachel. While Rachel switches roles with Tina and becomes Tina. While Rory becomes Sam, Joe becomes Blaine. Not Blaine. Mike Chang, I'm sorry. Mike Chang becomes Joe. That's what they're saying in these pictures. And Coach Sylvester and Mr. Shu switch roles. That means Mr. Shu, Sue, and Sue will become Mr. Shu. While Blaine becomes Puck, and Puck becomes Blaine. And Kurt and Finn will switch roles in this parallel universe, in this alternate universe, with Finn becoming Kurt and Kurt becoming Finn. And also Sugar becomes Quinn, and Quinn becomes Sugar. That means probably Mercedes. We didn't see any pictures of Mercedes and Brittany in this universe, but probably Brittany will become Mercedes, and Mercedes will be Brittany. So there you go. Brittany had some funny lines last night in the beginning, and I mentioned that. She's stupid, but we love Brittany. Anyway, dinosaurs. Now on to Modern Family, which is all tonight. And Modern Family, the whole entire Dunphy clan goes to Disney World. Not Disney World, Disneyland. The only one I saw this episode thus far has been Gloria and Manny on Splash Mountain. If the Hawaii vacation was crazy, I hope this one's as crazy as the Hawaii trip. We have, of course, tonight at 9, 8 Central on ABC. Should be a very funny Modern Family. That is it for today's Atakline. See you later much. With that in mind, you have all been attacked by the news from Zach. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all later. Yeah.